Wait, don't we already know your favorite Sonic character? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Yes, Marine the Raccoon is my favorite Sonic character, but we will not be talking about her today. In this video, we'll be looking at my other top 10 favorite Sonic characters, or characters that you'll never be able to play as again. Originally wasn't going to do this, but a lot of you on Twitter wanted it, so why not? Again, this is all favorites, nothing objective or anything, so we're not counting down the best, just my favorites. Sounds good? Alright.
I have defense systems for all sorts of junk. Wildfires, floods, people trying to be my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm done talking about Boom, but that doesn't mean I'm done talking about Styx. I mean, come on. Often despised for her extreme annoyance, Styx is a fresh character that I never thought I'd care for initially. I don't watch her show too often, and I've never played her games, but the character and design of Styx is something I appreciate. She's the first wild, crazy Sonic character that I know of in this nature, and her voice is very much distinct. Originality is something I love, and the creators did a great job at bringing her to life. I've said it before, but I would not mind seeing her in the regular canon. I think it'd be cool, honestly. Sure, she looks like Marine, but it's all good.
Before you go, bring something back, or don't return at all!
Easily one of Sonic's best rivals, Jett is a character that adds life to Sonic Riders. His cocky personality works wonders, giving us some of the most quotable lines in the series. His voice, again, very unique, very recognizable. I always consider Jett an underrated character because no one ever compliments his work ethic. Out of all of Sonic's rivals, Jett is like the only one constantly challenging Sonic and defending his title. Sure, you got Metal Sonic, but he's programmed to do so. Jett just wants to prove he's the best at what he does, and I respect that. I feel like people just pin him as an annoying bad guy when he's so much more than that. He also leads a really cool group. I like the Babylon Rogues a lot. The best character to come out of 2006 in my opinion.
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid.
Maybe lower than you expected, given that I believe Blaze is easily one of the best characters in the series, but I think she fits good here. I made a whole video on why Blaze is an awesome character, so if you saw that, then it applies here. I like Blaze for being a great parallel to Sonic, breaking a lot of female stereotypes with the series, and having a very reserved personality. There's not much to dislike about Blaze, so I'll just leave it at that.
Do they really think they have a chance?
Yeah, you probably didn't see this one coming, but Omega is hands down the best robot in the series in my opinion. He has the best lines, is the most supportive teammate ever, and is straight up deadly. He's like Gamma on steroids, it's amazing. Team Dark was one of my favorites growing up, so of course I had to like Omega as well. He just added so much to the team and the game. Again, just like Gamma, he's set to rebel against his creator, and does so with so much personality. It's a reason he's still around today, making cameos in a number of titles. They ruined him in 06, which I still can't believe that's how his voice was handled, but that game never happened thankfully, and neither did that Omega.
You really didn't think you had a chance, did you?
And yeah, that should have been obvious given that I just confirmed my love for Team Dark. But with Rouge appearing years before Omega, I like the character for other reasons. Debuting in Sonic Adventure 2, Rouge the Bat was certainly a different character for the series, probably one of the most controversial due to her design, but her character fits the game greatly. Rouge is a perfect answer to Knuckles, musically and gimmick-wise. Her whole motive is to obtain jewels for her own good while also working as a spy for the government. Knuckles, on the other hand, is trying to protect them. I like her attitude and loyalty she has with Shadow going later in the game. This carries into following titles as well. Rouge sorta has a soft spot for Sonic and Friends, as she keeps appearing alongside. She works as a great leader, if not a supportive ally. I mean that too, she really brings the group together in Heroes and 06. For some reason as a kid, I really wanted Rouge to have a mini spy game on like DS or something. No idea if that's ever wanted by anyone, but that thought I'd share. Rouge is also a bat, which is really cool to me.
It takes a mighty foe to trap a ninja.
This guy, yeah, Espio is definitely a really cool character. Talk about unique, he's a freaking chameleon, that already makes him cool. Espio goes all the way back to the classic days, debuting in Knuckles Chaotix. Along with Vector and Charmy, they were fortunate enough to transition into the 3D era, which is probably why Espio has the following he does. Not sure if many people would be caring for Espio had he not returned in Heroes, because Heroes really played up the whole quiet ninja thing. He's the chill guy of the team, the coolest guy on the team, and has some of the best abilities in the game. He turns invisible, that alone is great, throws projectiles, and can even stay on walls longer than the other characters. He's just another obviously good character that's hard to dislike. My guy even got the guitar skills on lock. I like how collected he is, how skilled and varied he is. Such a great addition to the series. Easily the most obscure and unexpected character on this list, Fang is a character from the classic era, first appearing in Sonic Triple Trouble, and made his way into a few other spin-off games. They gave this guy tons of style and character despite never actually speaking. He's a treasure hunter looking to steal the Chaos Emeralds for personal gain. Even though I said Rouge was a unique character, this concept was sorta introduced with Fang. He's also the first character to primarily attack with a handgun, more specifically a pop gun. Obviously Shadow would take note on this later on. Fang is a character I love reading up on because he's so interesting to me. He has his own vehicle, Sonic Triple Trouble gave him extreme spotlight, and his personality was top notch. I always feel the creators wanted to use him more than they did, but I guess we'll never know his full potential going forward. Well, maybe, he has new sprites now, so who knows. Also, fun fact, I believe his concept name was actually Jett, so yeah.
Okay, let's give it all we've got.
Like I said in the Blaze video, Amy has always been my absolute favorite female character in the series. I think it has to do with her not being a typical love interest or princess that needs to be saved in every game. In CD that's kinda the case, but nearly every game after, Amy is fully capable of doing things without the help of Sonic. In fact, my absolute favorite portrayal of Amy will always be Sonic Heroes. She still has the extreme obsession with Sonic, but also works as a great leader. The game shows that she's really good in spirit, very determined to help her teammates find what they need. It's her character to be annoying to Sonic, therefore annoying the player, and she does so in a very charming way for the most part. I feel like I could put Amy in a situation by herself and she'll find a way out of it. Considering she's one of the youngest characters who obviously doesn't know a whole lot about anything, including colors, Amy is very productive and I appreciate that. She competes alongside Sonic and friends consistently and is a guaranteed staple for the franchise. Her Boom incarnation is probably everyone's favorite since she's certainly more mature and less annoying, but I just like that about Amy. It doesn't scream Amy Rose without it. Fantastic, iconic Sonic character.
You're right, my friend, so here we go!
Of course, Sonic had to make top 3 because, well, it's Sonic. He's the character we control the most, see the most, and understand the most. Believe it or not, he wasn't always this high. When I was younger, I had this thing of never preferring the main character of anything. I would always attach myself to the other characters because the main hero was usually boring to me. But obviously, as I got older, I began appreciating Sonic as a character rather than the logo of the franchise. It's hard to explain why I like Sonic since I'm sure we're all on the same page with this one. Gameplay-wise, he's usually the best and most fun character to use, his design is clearly the best, rightfully so, and yeah, it's Sonic. I have so many videos talking about the guy. So how about we go ahead and talk about the final character on this list.
It all starts with this, a jewel containing the ultimate power.
Yeah, shocker, right? If it wasn't obvious enough, yes, Shadow is my second favorite Sonic character. Debuting in Sonic Adventure 2 to some controversy, Shadow is a character that gave a huge first impression no matter how you feel about him. His impact was so big, the creators had no choice but to keep him alive. Story-wise, he's one of the most detailed characters in the series, with easily the largest backstory. He's the only character other than Tails and Robotnik to get a full video game dedicated to him. That's some next level stuff, not even Knuckles could get that. As a kid, you would not want to be friends with me because I was that guy who promised Shadow was better than Sonic in every way. I love the bad guys or the characters that came off as cool. I would always go for the dark storyline in SA2 because Shadow was that cool to me. I thought White Jungle and Radical Highway were the much cooler stages. Look at how he runs, he has freaking hover skates. I totally get why Shadow would be hated by anyone. There's so many things he introduced in the series that rubbed people the wrong way, but SA2 Shadow especially is at the top of this list for me. Like Blaze, I also made a video on Shadow if you haven't seen that already. And yeah, those were my top 10 favorite Sonic characters. Be sure to list yours in the comments. It'll be fun to see everyone's favorites. I'm Steven Nux, and I will definitely talk to you all later. What, you thought I just was not gonna talk about my favorite character? What kind of planet are you on?